Now that we have the button defined, we've picked up the button, we've given it the variable name activate data. What we don't have is any way to respond to that button, and in the majority of sort of languages which are object oriented, when we play something on the screen, we can set things called listeners on them to find out when they've been pressed. And that's what we have to do now, is we have to put a listener on the button to determine when it's been pressed. And if it's been pressed, what we need to do is run this piece of code. So put that thread running in the background. But first let's build this listener. It's quite complicated, and I'm going to use a lot of the automated processes to help me. So I start off with the button's name, activate data. And then I want to choose one of the methods. Now this is a button, and a button has lots and lots of methods or functions as you know them. And the one that I want to do is to set an on-click listener. So there we go, set on-click listener. I pressed S and it came up. Set on-click listener. Now inside this set of brackets, what I need to do is a little piece of code which is going to set up what we call the view on it. So I need a new view, and although we've got on-click listener here, what I'm going to do is put the dot, and I'll get all the methods and constants and everything else that are associated with the view. And the view that we're looking at is actually the button surface itself. Okay, so it's the picture of the button surface. So new view on click listener. Now this time we're going to use a capital letter for the on, whereas we used a lowercase in the set. On click listener, and it's underlined in red. And the reason why it's underlined in red is because it's got lots of methods, as we did with async task, which had its own methods and you had to implement them. On click listener is also of the same kind. You must implement its methods. It knows how to work, and it's telling you now to actually either make your own or implement the ones that we've already done for you. So I'm going to click on the red button at the side, and it's going to tell me to implement the methods. And when I do, it's going to say which methods do you want to implement, and there's only one, the on-click listener, or the on-click. And if I click OK, it puts the code in for me. Now that is incredibly preferable to actually typing it all out. This is an area where you can make a great many mistakes by actually trying to type out the code. So if you can get used to using the automated features, you'll save yourself a lot of headaches.